was the best player in the universe last night, and this game had it all. 30-29. Guys, it says 3-2 next to the Rams. I remember when it said 3-0 about 10 minutes ago, so they've lost 2 in a row. Let's listen to the coiffed brain trust named Sean McVay. Coach, what's going on, man?
We have a lot of confidence in Greg. It's one kick. He's made a lot of big kicks for us. He'll continue to make a lot of big kicks for us. And there was a lot of plays in this game. One play will never really determine the outcome. I know that was the final one, but I thought there was a lot of really good things on both sides of the ball. Try to get better. We'll try to get a little bit we'll get healthier with a couple days off, and then we'll come back ready to play a really good San Francisco 49ers team. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. Is it disappointing? Absolutely, but it's not something that's going to be debilitating, and it's going to prohibit our ability to move forward as a team.
Spent a lot of time in the first hour giving love to Seattle, so let's dig into the Rams side of things right now. They're averaging under 18 carries a game. That is the lowest in the NFL since week 3. They got away from the run in the second half. We saw good things out of Gurley, though early. They were a last-second field goal away from winning this thing. We know what happened in week 4. Was that an anomaly? Did this showing, despite the loss, alleviate some of our concerns about this offense, about this defense, or now do you have more questions about this team?
I want to take a moment, Kay, because we're going to do a Russell Wilson coronation on the show, and it's all justified. This guy is right there with Mahomes right now. Russell Wilson last night was as good as I've ever seen him, and over the last 19 games has thrown 42 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So Russell Wilson's the GOAT, whatever. It's great. Jared Goff was really good last night.
Okay.
And people are doubting Jared Goff around the league, saying he shouldn't have gotten the pay. Jared Goff, when it mattered most, was huge. They had a 3rd and long in the 4th quarter here. That was everything. And they needed a big play. Seattle, the crowd was going nuts. And Goff just sits in the pocket, takes a hit, and hits Cooper Kupp on what is just the most beautiful pass to put them in position. They would throw the Thompson interception after, which was a miraculous catch. And then they get the ball back with just 1:38 to go on their own 7 with no timeouts. And Goff just marches right down the field. He goes 6 for 9, 77 yards up the field. This is like Trubisky last year against Philly. You take the team all the way down. You can only do as much as you can do. Then the kicker has to be able to hit a 44-yard field goal. I can only do so much.
Is there a line going on today's show this morning?
I don't think he's not doing the Cody Parkey line, but I'm just going to say that they were fine last night. There were some bad decisions here and there, and I could say that the refs with the Clay Matthews, but if you're a Rams fan this morning, you're not devastated over your quarterback not getting it right. Jared Goff played great when it mattered most, and he was nails in the clutch. Don't let the box score or the final score fool you. Jared Goff brought it last night.
They lost this game because the kicker missed a kick. And they're on the road against a very good team. There's certain things that I think people are kind of rooting for to fail and collapse. In some ways, people wanted Mahomes to regress this year. They want the Patriots to fall apart. They want to see that beloved celebrity trending for saying or doing something terrible. They're almost dying for it. I think people want Sean McVay to get his head dunked in a toilet. I think they're tired of it. It wasn't last night, guys. They did some incredible things. Gerald Everett was a revelation. Gurley looked better early. The defense needs to play a little better. But the fact is, if one of the best kickers in football makes a kick he makes 39 times out of 40, they just beat the Seahawks, and when Russell Wilson played maybe the best game of his life. So I actually do feel slightly better about the Rams in a loss. They got work to do on defense, but that's the only takeaway. Make the kick, you guys win.
Kyle, you literally said on Monday there's no moral victories. We're talking about some of the teams that took L's this week.
I don't think it was a moral victory.
Okay, but you're saying you feel slightly better after a loss. And Strager, you're showing a drive where Jared Goff played well. He's supposed to. He makes a lot of money. But you're also supposed to play up to your competition. Russell Wilson went 17 for 23, 4 TDs, 0 interceptions. Jared Goff threw the ball 49 times, completed 29 of them. 1 TD, 1 interception. I need more out of Jared Goff. I'll be the guy at the table to say that. You're blaming the kicker of all people?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me, Kyle? How about you blame the quarterback that should have more completions and their offense should run smoother for 4 quarters, not just when it counts in the last moments of the game. As much as I praise the Rams, as you guys know, people on Twitter say, Nate, you talk about the Rams like you played for them. I need more out of the QB. Now, if this was Jared Goff still on his rookie deal, I say, all right, the young pup got a lot of learning to do. But when you break off a guy like that and he makes as much money as he's making, you don't have the game statistically like he had and say, oh, well, he played well when it mattered. No, 29 for 49 isn't playing well when it mattered. That's playing inconsistent through 4 quarters.
You hype up Talib and Peters all the extent of the show. Talib and Peters, where are they at right now? Eric Weddle, where are they at right now? Are you okay taking a shot at them? Because I feel like Russell Wilson had a good game. There didn't seem to be much pass defense in that one.
100%, and that's not even this game. I'm bold enough to say that Peters and Aqib Talib got to step up because they haven't played well throughout the course of the season. I'm perfectly fine with that. But they are going up against Russell Wilson. They're not going up against Kyler Murray. So I'll give Russell Wilson an edge and say, all right, Aqib and Peters, you guys got worked a little bit. But even think about that pass to Tyler Lockett. Like, that was good coverage. It was just an even better throw. So you guys are saying, I feel better about this team. I don't so much. I feel like the defense has to play better. The umbrella of the defense has to stop some pass catchers. And on top of that, Jared Goff has to play better. I don't care what you guys say. He has that much money in the bank. That means my expectations are that much higher.
You guys feel like the Rams let Jared Goff down or Jared Goff let the Rams down?
I think Jared Goff was pretty good. He wasn't Russ. No one is Russ. He went to one of the toughest places to play in the whole league and went right down the field and said, go win the game, and they lost it. He's pretty good.
We saw a Super Bowl where Jared Goff really didn't play well. Last night was awesome. Last night he did it in the big moment, and they didn't get the job done.
More on this, more highlights, of course, more on what this means for the NFC West. I don't know that either of the two teams we saw last night are the best team in that.
Talk about it.
Hello, San Francisco.
Talk about it.
We'll get to that, but let's bring in Ian Rapsheet this morning, joining us on Good Morning Football. Ian Rapsheet, that's his name, his new name. Ian, let's start in Minnesota. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs. It's a bit of a head-scratcher to me. He had just 13 catches the entire season so far, his fewest through 4 games since his rookie year. What can you tell me about his frustrations with what's going on in this Vikings offense?
First of all, as far as Ian Rapsheet goes, I've been called a lot worse, and this is just talking about this week, so that is fine as far as I'm concerned. As far as Stephon Diggs, though, there is frustration, real legitimate frustration from Diggs, and so much of this happened over the course of the week. He didn't show up on Monday, was not there on for practice on Wednesday, and some of the stuff I reported earlier on Thursday before he showed up to practice was that he was frustrated with the offense. His teammates wondered if he wanted to be somewhere else, and that the Vikings had zero plans to trade him absent some sort of huge blockbuster deal. Then he comes out, talks to reporters, and usually, Kay, that's when someone says, yeah, don't believe the rumors, it's not true. He actually said the opposite. Diggs actually said the rumors are essentially true. He said there's truth to all rumors. This is something where it has been going on for some time, ever since the Vikings went from very, very pass-happy to very, very run-oriented. It has left 2 high-priced, really talented receivers as essentially spectators, and both these guys are speaking out this week.
It's true, Ian. You were once late getting here to studio in the morning, and we called you Nap Sheet on the air, and I thought that was a little gratuitous. But let's stick to the NFC North, because nobody's sleeping on the Packers anymore. However, Davante Adams has a toe issue that he suffered in that game against the Eagles. What's his status moving forward? Rap Sheet.
Yeah, this was the turf toe that he battled about a week ago. Now, the good news here is that it is not considered a long-term injury for Davante Adams. It's not the kind of turf toe, from what I understand, that could linger for weeks and weeks and really cause his availability to be up in the air. However, he has not yet practiced this week, which, obviously they have a huge game on Sunday against the Cowboys. You'd like him out there. Certainly you'd like him to practice before Sunday just to see if he's able to go. That has not happened yet. Today, obviously, would be a huge determining factor. If he's able to get out on the field today and do something, push off on that toe, then at the very least, guys, he has a chance at Sunday. If he does not practice today, well, then you figure he's probably going to miss 1 week. And from what I'm told, that may be all Davante Adams misses.
We hate to hear that, of course. There's some options on the waiver wire still, or guys you can pick up in free agency from a fantasy perspective. Tyler Boyd among them, and I'll be hitting you with some Top 5 Friday action to fill in some of those holes as you set your lineups. Ian Rappaport, we'll talk to you in a bit. We've got to go to London. We're going across the pond. We'll check in a bit. Stacey Dales is there at Bears Raiders, and we'll chat with her about the team's preparations, different philosophies they have.